Yep. We live. We live. Mic check 2 1 2. Mic check 2 1 2. All right. I have all the screenshots. Andrew Morrison, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? So I was just zoning out right now with some analytics, some YouTube analytics. So hopefully you guys having a good Labor Day. If you're in America and you're watching this from America, hopefully you guys are having a good Labor Day. Nothing. I have to be honest with you guys, and it's a little hot in here. I have to turn the AC down. But I have to be honest with you guys. Nothing in this world truly shocks me anymore. Just when we think we had everything figured out, this shit just keeps getting worse and worse, man. We thought the end was with Diddy. We thought it was the end with some of these other people. Nope, the shit is deeper than what we thought it was. She has zero psychology license, Andrew Morse. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about Sadia Khan. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing with Cheyenne Bryant and all these other people, but since they're sexy, men give them a pass, and people want to listen to them. So it's insane how easily people are duped. For a long time, I thought intelligence was a normal thing, but the more I go on in life and the more I age, intelligence and common sense is just not in the picture anymore. Sad reality. Sad reality. But this is the world that we live in. The technology, the chat GPT, all these things are meant to help us, but unfortunately it's decreasing our attention span. Social media was meant to be social, but it makes us less social. So yeah, technology has had adverse effects on humankind, um, and it's going into everybody's lives at different levels. Uh, nah, I'm not singing anything, bro. I'm not singing anything, bro. But just when we sit up here and we talk about these women all day, every day, and let's not get it twisted. Women do some goofy ass shit. They do some goofy ass shit. They be lying, manipulating, and all some other stuff. But with this young thug thing, bruh, whenever they talk about, these GAY games that men play, and whenever they would come out and they had that thing with Jalen, what's his name? Jalen, the point guard for the Rockets. I think they moved him to a different team. Jalen Green. Whenever that video comes out of him air humping another guy, another teenage guy, homie, I guess I just didn't realize it was right in our eyes the whole time. And I guess I just didn't realize how bad and how infiltrated masculinity has truly been for men to be GAY. It's everywhere, guys. Any guy that does any of that G to the A to the Y stuff, and then they try to shame you out of saying no homo and all that crazy crap. Like, women are down bad and men are just as down bad, bro. As a woman, you got to take off, just from the G to the A to the Y, you just got to take off 20 to 30% of the guys off rip, because apparently a lot of them are, you know, homos. That's an unfortunate reality that we didn't see coming down the pipe. And then we get into it, and then we like, oh well, my favorite rapper, he raps about deleting people, unaliving people. He's fake. Not only is he fake, but he's just as G to the A to the Y as the rest of them. A lot of kids look up to this pop culture, trying to emulate it, and all of it is leading more men down the path of being G to the A to the Y. It's getting to the point to where I'm gonna be out in the country somewhere. I'm gonna be out in the country somewhere, and I'm gonna be away from people, bro. You can't trust nothing. Society is deteriorating, and nobody wants to do a damn thing about it, bro. We are in the last stages. There is no doubt about it. It is so unfortunate that these pastors, they will tell you, they'll preach out of the same books: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Genesis, Exodus, Joshua. They'll preach out of these same books, but they won't preach to you guys about Revelation. And what we're seeing right now is clearly Sodom and Gomorrah. It's clearly the end times of our society. We have a whole bunch of G to the AY men and women. Uh, Pop culture doesn't make any sense. Your politicians don't stand for you anymore. Yeah, it's deteriorating right before your eyes, and a lot of people just stand by idly, like this is going to get any better. It's going to get any better before it gets worse. Like, we're just going to stand by and let it happen, and things are going to hope, and we're going to hope for the best, and things are just going to absolutely just happen out of thin air, and it's not. It's not. You know, you know, Trump tries to get rid of DEI. And then hires a Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, who's DEI. Try to get rid of wokeness, but apparently wokeness is too infiltrated in our society at this point. The wokeness is everywhere. It's in your pop culture. And then the pop culture leads the kids astray. A lot of the single raised kids astray because they think it's this masculine to sag your pants, when that originates from the G to the A to the Y men in prison. All that stems from that. But they promote this stuff to you as if this is masculinity. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. All right, so we're already 10 minutes in. So let me just go ahead and say this stuff, guys. This is extremely crazy. Um, so apparently, let's go ahead and just get into this brass tacks. So Young Thug's catching a lot of flack because apparently he got caught snitching, and the videos are going up, popping up all over the internet, ruining his street cred and all that. And I mean, are we really shocked that these rappers are snitching on each other? I mean, there's no loyalty anywhere. They're not going to. They're not as tough as they pretend to be. They're not going to do the amount of time, on these charges that they have. They're not going to do 40, 50, 30 years on these charges. So apparently, of course, they're going to snitch. Of course, they're going to snitch. I don't know why people are so shocked that people are snitching over these cases. All that stick to the code. They obviously don't believe in any of that. But since Young Thug is catching a whole bunch of flack on the internet, um, he wants to air out the entire industry. And yeah, the imbeciles have showed up. The internet is really interesting. It allows people to be fake and phony and hide behind avatars. The world was truly a better place when you had to act, whenever you had to actually show people and actually had to accomplish something in real life in order to be taken seriously. But people can say whatever behind the screen and think they're tough and think they're masculine. This is the idiotic mindset of people today. So Young Thug wants to air out the entire industry. So this is a delete that this is a tweet. I think this is X or whatever the hell this is. Um, that has been since deleted. I'm going to read it to you guys. Since y'all want to call me a snitch, let's just air it all out then. We all be taking Mad D in Atlanta. So this is why this confirmed for us why so many HIV cases are happening in Atlanta and happening in Houston. It's because we have a lot of dudes that go both ways. And Young Thug from this tweet is confirming this from our suspicions. And so, in case you guys are coming in, he said, since y'all want to call me a snitch, let's just air it all out then. We all be taking Mad D in Atlanta. So that means including Young Thug. And Young Thug always was a nefarious character, if we're being honest, wearing dresses and talking ridiculous on his songs. Um, he further writes, I'm talking all of your favorite rappers be taking it and they homeboys be giving it. Don't wear no skinny jeans around baby if you're not with it. So that's why Birdman be kissing his rappers and stuff, bro. This stuff is disgusting, bro. Bro, some things you sometimes you look at the world and there's just some things you wish you just didn't know. But unfortunately for us people like me and the few of you out there that's watching this that are somehow we're addicted to knowing the truth. We have to know what's going on in every little moment so that we can, you know, make our moves properly to avoid the BS. we often run into these issues of knowing too much, and the fact to realize that, all of your rappers bat on both sides of the aisle. And so he said all of your favorite rappers be taking it. So guys, do you know how many rappers recently have came out of Atlanta? Let me just go. I got a whole list right here of people that he's talking about. So we got Young Thug himself. Ti came out of Atlanta. Killer Mike is out of Atlanta. Big Boy is out of Atlanta. Ludacris, Young Dro, Gucci Mane, excuse me, Lil Baby, and they've been getting on Lil Baby hard, bro. They've been getting on him super hard. Pause. Um, from the stuff he be wearing to his shows and all those different pictures of dudes hugging him. We got 21 that came out of Atlanta. Lil Jon, Jeezy, Playboy Cardi. He don't shock me. He always do some nefarious stuff too. Gunna, Quavo, Lil Yachty, Soldier Boy, Future, Jermaine Dupri, Andre 3000, CeeLo Green, Lil Scrappy, Offset, Donald Glover, K Camp, Two Chains, Roscoe Dash, JID, Waka Flocka, The Dream, B.O.B., Rich the Kid, Lil Nas X. I did not know that. I didn't know he came out of Atlanta. What's going on, Aries Brady? Hopefully I said your name correctly. What's going on, bro? I seen you in here the other day. Glad to see you back in here, man. Um, we got Black, Lloyd, bro. Like, you mean to tell me most of these dudes is batting on both sides of the aisles? That is unbelievable. Wow. And none of these rappers are gonna come out and confirm that. They're gonna act like it didn't exist. That this tweet is just some random, they're gonna act like he lost his mind, but no, Young Thug is probably telling the truth. He has no reason to lie. I mean, apparently he's becoming public enemy number one, and so if he's gonna go down, he's gonna take everybody down with him. This is how this goes. So yeah, this is yeah. Rap has been done. It's been done for a long time. Nobody takes this genre of music truly seriously anymore. It's just a bunch of degenerates, a bunch of gay men. This is what it is. And then they going at each other's neck in Atlanta. Little Baby going at it, Young Thug and all Gunna going at it. Homie, they crashing out. They crashing out in front of everybody to see the shit. Yep, this is the end time, guys. Sexual deviancy is all over the place, guys. It's so ridiculous. Dating and everything today is so ridiculous. Like, check this story out. This is just a woman I was talking to. I went on a date recently, like the other week, and she was like, "Yeah, I went on this date with this guy, and it's always funny whenever I ask women if you guys want to be entertained by women, ask them this question. Ask them like, what's the worst date that you ever been on? And they always got some ridiculous answer because they always date these assholes or dudes that don't really like them and whatever the reason is. And so I'm talking to this chick and she's like, yeah, well, I'm dating this guy and we go to this place and then we go to another place and at the other place he's just ignoring me, talking to other women. And then she was like, well, I'm not just gonna be like left out here by myself. So while I was on the date and got the number of another dude, what are we doing, bro? So she was on a date with a dude. The dude's ignoring her. Instead of just leaving the date and cutting her losses and going home, she, at the place they were at, got the number of somebody else. And so she got a date on a date. Bro, it's cooked, bro. It's cooked. It's beyond cooked. It's time for me to hit the road, bro. I think it's time for me to hit a reset. I need to like leave the country. I need to get away from America. I need to get away. I need to get away. I need to get away from this social media. I need to get away from the internet, bro. Because none of this stuff in the West makes any sense anymore. Nothing about it makes any sense anymore. And a lot of you guys can probably identify. Like, yeah, sometimes I get on you guys and be like, some of you guys hide behind semen retention and playing video games because you don't want to, approach women. But at the same time, I do understand it because, bro, if you're looking at it from the entire point of view, not just dating, but just people and how society and everything is deteriorating, and you just got to get away from it from playing video game by playing video games, bro. Keep playing your fucking video games, bro, because like it's cooked. It's cooked. Nothing makes any sense anymore, guys. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this is just further shows you the decline that's happening at a rapid pace. It's ridiculous, bro. And the interesting thing about these men that are on a down low is these down low men they'll have kids and be in a whole relationship with a woman and be secretly wanting it the other way. Guys, when I tell you guys that you truly don't know anybody, you truly don't know anybody. A lot of people in these, sexless marriages. Women, I said this on a video yesterday, but on a short video. But do you guys know that wives are more likely to search up is my husband gay than versus is my husband cheating on me? Could this be the answer as to why we have so many uh, sexless marriages? Because either the woman wants another woman or the man in the relationship wants another man, excuse me, and they're just putting up with each other because they don't want to be shamed. They don't want that scarlet edge that's going to be put on them by society. And I don't know why people are, ignoring this stuff because, there really isn't any shame anymore. And so you can be who you want to be, and nobody's going to give a shit. I mean, you got, trans people all over the internet talking. And then we got Little Nas X, who's apparently geeking out on drugs and being dancing in the middle of the street at night with no clothes on barely. Guys, I'm not going to reveal too much about this, but I know somebody in the industry, not in the industry, but I know somebody that works with these people as kind of like a security. And he says all these people that he comes across, all these people that he knows and works for and comes across, they all be on some kind of stupid stuff, stupid narcotic drugs, something. Whenever he meet them, he like they be geeking the fuck out. That's why he be like, I'm just getting paid and getting the fuck out. And I don't blame him, bro. These celebrities are weirdos, bro. I don't see why people champion them and put them on this pedestal. They're weirdos. They dress ridiculous. They talk ridiculous. Some of them are cute or cool, but most of them aren't as cool as they used to be back in the day. And then they've infiltrated sports. You guys, you know why Alabama looked so bad yesterday? And nobody else is going to say this except one person. He said this. Jason Whitlock said this, but the only the reason why Alabama looks so it's just all connected. So sit there for a second. The reason why Alabama looked so piss poor against Florida State yesterday is because Florida State's actually a decent team, but also their best player on Alabama is a sissy boy. Ryan Williams, painted fingernails, have an anxiety doll before the game. How you gonna win with your top player being a sissy boy? He set the leaders, the best players set the tone for your team. That's why they didn't look. They went out there and didn't look very physical on defense, guys. Yeah, and now they want Stacy. They want what's her name from South Carolina in the Don Staley to coach in the NBA. Guys, this stuff is cooked. It's beyond cooked. I don't know how you guys still support this crap. I honestly don't. I honestly don't, man. It's really sad to me because we're the ones that have to live through this BS. We're the ones that have to deal with this and live through this BS. You know, America has been trending downward for a long time, but we're the generation that's going to actually have to live through it and deal with this stuff, the consequences and the repercussions of this the actions of our forefathers. So, I mean, it's safe to say, guys, like any person, any guy that is, you know, acting sissy, just automatically assume that he's a sissy boy at this point in society and stay away from him if you're a heterosexual man. And you know, people always on the internet they try to get away with it. They're like, well, you know, everybody tries to act, or everybody when they were younger, they did something that was sissy. I'm like, no, the hell I didn't. I didn't really want to touch men. Like, now that we think about it, guys, you remember in sports when y'all were younger, and the coach would slap you on your behind, and the other players would slap you on your behind. Like, bro, think about that now. They was probably trying to get a feel in. They was trying to sneak a feel in. I've never slapped a dude's behind. That's disgusting to me. And then you got dudes, they be running 2-on-1 on these women. I'm like, bro, how does your Johnson stay up whenever it's another Johnson in the room? Dudes be thinking it's masculine to sag your pants, bruh. We down bad, guys. We're down bad. Men are down bad. Men are going outside. And it ain't just these Atlanta rappers, and it ain't just these Houston people that are sissy boys. It's apparently a lot more people than that. And then they, the pop culture. The little kids see the stuff and they try to reenact it as if it's normal, and it's not normal, which is it's just giving another generation of people to enact this degeneracy and this level of sissy boy activity. Now that I think about it, guys, have we really truly had any masculine people? Like, this has been happening for generations. So like the last 20, 30, 40 years, we probably hadn't had any true masculinity whatsoever. You had bits and pieces here and there in the 90s and early 2000s, but it's still, I don't think it was as prominent as people make it out to be, because all this stuff has been going on since those times. It was just more under the table because social media wasn't as prevalent. P. Diddy and them was still doing all that crazy stuff then. Like I told you guys the other day, whenever I look out into society, I look out into the world today, all I see is a bunch of lost souls, lost people. That's all I see. They think they know where they're going, but they don't know at all that they're heading in the wrong direction. So yeah, I know this was a little bit. I know this live stream was a little bit sad today. Tonight, you guys look for me on the live stream again. I'll be hitting the live stream again. We talking about back on these women, but I just had to cover that because this is ridiculous, man. Um, this sissy boy activity has gotten out of hand, and somebody needs to talk about it and bring it to the forefront. I'm not the only person that's talking about this stuff, but yeah, this is insane to me. So I appreciate you guys watching this live stream. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Labor Day. Enjoy your day off before you guys head to work today. Get your rest in. Enjoy your family, your friends. You know, be around good people that actually care about you, that love you, that have your best interest at heart. Get off the internet, get off of pop culture, get off of sports, bro. Just live life. Be around really good people that love you, that can cherish you, that will vouch for you. Because all this other stuff, guys, is not it. It's not it. A lot of lies, a lot of deception, a lot of sissy boys, a lot of whatever. So again, I appreciate you guys coming in here and watching and viewing this live stream. It was a shorter live stream. Tonight I'll probably go a little bit longer. But again, you guys have a good rest of your day. Good Labor Day. Look for me tonight. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.